seems like they're keeping most parks open. I think they were going to. I've never run in this one before, but oh, and is that a rabbit? It's probably just a rat. I am in Paris after all. Good morning. Today, it's gonna be like a little bit of a project day / admin day. I've got some work to do for one of the secret projects we'll be talking about sooner than later, hopefully the next month or two. I'll just keep teasing it until then, I guess. I'll start talking about it soon. We'll figure that out. But I had a long phone call with Brian and Andrew about that this morning, and then now, yeah, out for a run, and then when I go back, got to work on that some today, but also have like 3 small projects that I want to get done in the chateau, just to make my life 1 step better, or actually it'll make it 3 steps better as I complete each one. You'll see in a second, but until then, I'm gonna keep running. Did you hear that guy asking me if I knew where the exit was? Makes me wonder how far this goes. I think I just committed myself to running an unknown. I'm just gonna see. Oh, we'll find out. Noise there. First thing is the kettle here. It's got a little bit of a buildup, you know, of calcium. There's a term for it. I just looked it up. Calcium nitrate. Apparently, I really do need some more coffee. Anyways, this should be easy enough to clean. I thought I would have to boil it with water and vinegar, but it's just like they just said to soak it with like half water, half vinegar. Perfect. That's one of the things that I bought yesterday or the other day when I was at the store. I bought a 5-liter jug of water to make my coffee with, because it should reduce that from happening, because you've seen how hard my water is. It happens really quickly. But then we've got this white vinegar that we should be able to use, you know, to help clean it up. Which is always counterintuitive, because I always think if you're gonna use that, isn't it gonna stink later? But no. Turns out it doesn't work that way. Definitely not as clear as the day I got it. Okay, while that is soaking, it said for 30 minutes on the fellow website. This guy's the next thing. For one, I need to get the rack. So I've got my awesome weatherproof saddlebag here. That was how I managed to get all this stuff back, but it has inside of it a couple of accessories that need to be added. The shoulder strap is not one of them. The main one is this guy right here, which I'm kind of scared of now that I just opened like that. This is so I can attach the saddlebag to the side of the bike. So that's one thing that needs to go on the back of the bike, which I would have had like them do at the official office, whatever, but COVID. Bike lock also needs to be attached to the bike. And what's this? Oh, the toolbox. That doesn't need to be attached. Ooh, look at that. There's a special pouch in here. I didn't know that. This thing's not only like supposedly weatherproof, but it has a little pouch in here. Just woke the bike up. It has a little pouch in here for little things, I guess, that you can put in and not worry about getting lost in the bottom. So that's project number 2. And as will come as no surprise, project number 3 is also hard water related, and it's just swapping out this shower thingy, which I've been procrastinating on for a long time. I don't entirely know why I've been procrastinating on it, because it's annoying, but it's one of those things you only think about when you get in the shower, and usually that's at like midnight or something, and you're like, wow, I need to remember to do something about this, and then you never do. At least I don't. But today, this guy is going in the shower. Does it fit in here? No, it doesn't. Well, it's not compatible with the mounting that I have in here already, but you know what? That's just tough. So with no further ado, I suppose we should be productive. It is kind of cool because you can see the inner workings because of the clear plastic, but honestly, the design does not appeal to me that much. I'm just messing with the lights now. Hold on. That make a difference? There we go. So with no further ado, thankfully, the guys that put up my, oh wait, can I just do this by hand? Oh, wow. I was gonna say, thankfully the guys who installed my TV left this behind. I did try to contact them. I sent them emails. I even called the company that sent them. They never came back for it, but I was thinking this whole time I was gonna need to use these, but looks like I can just, oh gross, do that. Oh, there goes a little washer. All right, step 1 complete. Where's that box? Oh, right. It came with extra balls. Interesting. And tape. What is this? There are instructions inside. Yeah. Oh, it's in English. Very tiny, tiny font. What is this? Oh, there's extra washers. Oh, there's like a filter in this guy. What? Wait, is there one in here? Oh, did this pop out? What's going on? This is when I might need something got left behind. Oh, nasty. Oh no, don't go down oh, there's a spring involved? I'm taking it off for now because I don't think it's compatible with this guy. Oh no, please tell me you actually fit. Okay. If there's a washer in this guy, then I know I did that right. Oh, there is. Okay. All right, now to see if it actually works and hopefully not ruin my camera in the process. That guy's kind of nasty. Also, this is before I wash it away, because apparently that's what I'm gonna do. That's the stuff that like came out of the old, when I pulled that thing out, it had captured all that inside, so that's great. All right, let's see if this works. Oh gosh, that is a lot of pressure. Wow. Whoa, wow. Okay, I'm impressed. Like the pressurization in here is actually, that's pretty crazy. I should have shown you what the tube looked like without it, because that's nothing. Whoa, okay. Whatever they did to make this thing a pressure hound, it's working. Let's try that switch flip. Wow, I'm impressed. I am really impressed. That is a kick. Holy smokes. Okay, project 3 complete. I think I was partially intimidated by the like the plumbing element. Like, I'm not so sure that I trusted myself to, it's not that hard, but for whatever reason I was a little bit nervous. The other side was that I knew I was gonna have to take off my socks, otherwise they were gonna get wet. And there's something just about wet socks that just makes me not wanna do anything with any project, like ever. Wet socks are the worst. Okay, moving on. Not only do I wanna get the saddlebag on my bike, but I don't want to park my bike in here because it takes up like all the space. This may look like a fairly large space, but as soon as you put a bike in here, you realize it's not. And I'm always having to like squeeze past the handlebars when I'm trying to cook, stuff like that. So, not only do I want to get the saddlebag on this guy, but when I'm done putting it together, I'm gonna park it downstairs because I'm fortunate enough to have access to the garage. And I never thought I'd actually park a vehicle down there, but it makes perfect sense to do so. Especially because like, it's just direct access to the street and then I don't have to carry it up any stairs. Now that I have the electric motor to carry me up the ramp, what have I been thinking? Where does this guy go? Dung 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 dung. This guy goes here and these guys go here? And where the mudguard is? Something like that. Oh boy, I hope it's one of these guys. Yes, success. The real moment of truth. Perfect. I mean, it doesn't look as pretty that way. Hold on. It's like airtight. As if everything about this bike wasn't ridiculous enough already, I got my lock and the key has a light on it. Just in case you're having a hard time figuring out how to. There's so many jokes that could be made about this. I'm just gonna put the lock on. This thing is so heavy. It's a good thing I'm not gonna be carrying my bike up and down the stairs all the time. Okay. It can't work that way because of this guy, so we gotta push this. Oh, because I'm doing it upside down, that's why. Now when you want to get the lock out, oh my gosh. And like that, I'm ready to ride. In like 2 months. Just checking in on our vinegar water here, and it has worked like a charm. Look at that mirrored bottom. Delightful. It's crazy. Look at how much nicer that looks. So much better. Oh, you can see some of it floating in the water there. Let's get rid of this. Gold money. It's seriously very warped mirror look on the bottom there. I tried picking those little black things up and they streaked. It turns out it was a tiny little charcoal filter. Who knew? I feel better about taking it out now though. Best thing ever. It's so big. So I don't really need the mask on inside, I suppose. The saddlebag is great. I was able to put my, I'll show you. I was really easily able to fit my camera bag in here, my little one, and that tripod. Although that tripod kind of like stuck out at a weird angle, it still worked. So that's great. I think for weight, I want to keep it on this side though. So when you put the kickstand on, it's just like knock over. But yeah, I got some woodwork. Oh, that's good. Well, I feel like we've earned a nice little sit down and, you know, coffee moment. I have a lot of work still to do today. It's funny because with the whole, you know, confinement thing, one of the things I have, and this is gonna be satisfying, I have a project journal and I get to cross off a few things on my list. I was gonna make it look prettier for camera, but we'll see. So let's see. Shower head replacement, check. Van Moof rack installation, check. Van Moof parking, check. Although I guess, you know, Van Moof bike lock installation, I'm gonna add that to the bottom here. Van Moof lock install, check. It's just additionally, it's just more satisfying to be able to check off more things. That's basically all that's about. I'm making some pretty good headway here. There are a couple of these that are definitely, there's one, I gotta get on top of my receipts and the finances stuff. It's very high priority, but that's nice because what I've managed to accomplish here today is I've made my shower less annoying, and holy cow, the shower pressure, I got dumped some coffee grounds down the drain in the shower just to keep cleaning it. For those of you that are concerned about the stink, I'm pretty sure I've beaten it. Mostly with coffee grounds, and I did do one run of the de-block, de-stink stuff that I still had left over, but we'll find out. I haven't done like a full-fledged, a full-forced shower, like full-on one for a while, because I've been trying to like ease my way back into it. Tonight's the night. I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna do a full pressured shower, and we'll see if it causes any stink to emanate. But I think I might have beaten it purely with the power of coffee. And if that doesn't give you a reason to love coffee even more than you may have already loved coffee, I don't know what will. But that feels pretty good to get that done. It's also a good way of procrastinating for other work that I absolutely should be doing right now, and I will get to immediately. How is it going for you so far if you're in France and in lockdown? Obviously different parts of the world are going into lockdown again. Spain was in lockdown I think before us. The UK just announced one this weekend. It's all a mess. And not that there's anything particularly stressful going on today when you're watching this, tomorrow as I'm recording it. Not that there's anything that might be bothering anybody today. Hoping to get you outside of that for a minute, but the projects definitely help. And it's good because I feel like I'm already hitting a routine. I'm gonna run pretty much every day because I really feel like it makes a huge difference for my mental health. Getting up, being active, getting my bike out of there and downstairs clears up a lot of space, and also I think it's just generally gonna be more convenient as long as I make sure to get the engine on, because I was riding it while it was in its off state, and it doesn't shift gears as quickly when it's in its off state because it has an automatic gear shifter in case you missed that part earlier. And yeah, you got to work really hard to get up that ramp without the electric motor running. We'll get that figured out. But yeah, having my coffee kettle cleaned out, the shower working, and the Van Moof fully assembled finally and parked in its appropriate parking space is a great combination. And I think so theoretically, I've seen people riding their bikes around, and I know that I can go into town for work, which I'm gonna have to do this week anyways, because I have to get Kate mailing stuff for patrons. And so that seems to be acceptable. I know a lot of people that are coming into town or moving around town for work as necessary. So I'm gonna try and do that. So we will get one bike ride in at least, and hopefully we won't get fined for doing it. And that'll be delightfully satisfying, hopefully. But yeah, otherwise I'm gonna try and get into a good routine of still making some of these videos, even if my daily vlogs are gonna go back to being a little bit shorter than they used to be, or a little bit less frequent, maybe not every day. I'll keep making these. I'm gonna exercise in the morning. I've got projects like this to get through. I've got a lot of stuff to keep me kind of up and moving and going. And that's really the key, I think, to keep staying sane over the next few months. The nice thing is that I'm in a much better headspace going into this one than I was last time. Going into the last one, I was already on the verge of burning out again. I was feeling really overextended, exhausted. I was coming out of, I was a ways out from the breakup, but like I'd just come back from a trip to America that was way too fast and geared towards her schedule instead of my schedule, and was also mildly. It's a little bit depressing to have made plans with somebody to like meet family and do that whole 9 yards and then not do it. Granted, it was of my own choosing, so I'm not asking for any pity on this, but it was exhausting in its own way. Also, just found out there's some guys that are going to be doing construction 2 doors down. Of course, they're going to start doing construction while I'm stuck here. It's gonna be great. Oh man, this is gonna suck. I can hear them. They're loud just opening the door. Like, but aside from the little things that are annoying along the way, I have a neighbor that brought me food the other day. I just met her a couple days ago and she brought me food, so that was nice. And I really do feel like going into this one, I don't know, I feel better prepared. I feel, not excited is the wrong word, but I feel like I've got a game plan. I know that I'm gonna go into this and I'm gonna be okay and I'm gonna make it through it better than the last time. Because even though we're not certain how long this one's gonna last, I think we know for sure that it's gonna last longer than they're initially saying. And we have some of the patterns and the stuff to look back on to help us move forward through this next experience. So if anything, I feel like I've got to capitalize on this time just to make sure that I tie up some loose ends, get some stuff done, make some advances on projects that I never get done because I'm making videos. And since my video making capacity is significantly reduced right now, that actually opens up a great opportunity just to get caught up on a lot of little things that otherwise wouldn't get done. And it always feels really good to have those done and behind you. And so in that way, it actually makes me feel kind of excited just to get stuff off my list, like taxes. I'm not excited about taxes, but I'm so excited that I get to do my taxes. So yeah, there you go. A little bit of a project list checked off. I'm gonna add more to it because I know I keep thinking of great things to do, even though things like cleaning and so forth. And it's kind of silly to call it projects. It's more like a honey-do list, but since I am my own honey, Gilly's not going to give me anything to do because Gilly's just always perpetually silent. She can talk. I bet you she can talk. She's just holding out. But anyways, I'll keep after it and I'll let you know how it goes and I'll keep you apprised as to all of these little projects and more. And there's a lot of fun stuff coming. Thanks to everybody in the Discord server who gave me some ideas of things you'd like to see. If you'd like to join the Discord server, I'll put another link below. Going to be more active there, especially as I'm doing streaming and so forth. Just a spot to come and chat with people who enjoy everything that whatever it is that you're enjoying about this right now. It's a spot you can show up and do that, as well as participate in some fun game stuff that's coming up. And I'll talk more about that here in the coming days. But for now, I am gonna go back to actual sit down at the computer and work. That's why I have coffee, and we'll go from there. And I'm gonna try really hard not to be super annoyed by these guys shouting and closing and slamming doors in the hallway. No promises there, though. I'm probably going to be at least a little bit annoyed. Anyways, I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, and thanks to today's patron producer. This is another thing. I got to sit at the computer to get caught up on all of this. But thanks to Daniela D, my most recent patron as of this recording, about 2 hours ago. Thanks, Daniela. I really appreciate it. It's really good to have you on board. And thanks to all my patrons, as always, for keeping me sane. And honestly, that's a huge part of the reason that I'm emotionally relatively sound right now is knowing that it's going to be okay. Like, I'm going to be able to pay my bills and eat and focus on making more stuff like this for you to enjoy, and hopefully we all get through this together, however long that takes. Anywho, I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning for maybe more projects. Who knows? My shower works, so at least I'll smell good.